few days ago, the Nova Scotia government announced they have designated 9 areas for fast-track developments, which could save years of approval time on development of over 22,000 units in HRM. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a great announcement as we are obviously in a housing crisis, but I only have one question. Where in the heck was this 2 or 3 years ago? So this is great news as the housing crisis continues to get worse in Halifax and surrounding areas throughout the province. So the province is actually estimating that we're about 17,000 units short right now in housing supply. So I think the big questions are, is this enough? Is the province doing enough? And is this really going to change what the current situation looks like? Now, before I get into more detail about this announcement, if you like this content and you want to see more, click the like and subscribe button below. I post 2 videos a week on YouTube about the Halifax real estate market. And if you ever want to chat about real estate, reach out to me through my Calendly link below. You can book a call or a meeting with me anytime that is convenient for you. So only time will tell what this will produce in terms of the housing supply going forward, but in general, here's some info you need to know and some things to consider when you're seeing this announcement. So the locations for these developments are as followed. The Old Penhorn Mall site, Southdale and Mount Hope, Bedford West, Port Wallace, Indigo Shores, Morris Lake, Dartmouth Crossing, and Sandy Lake. So mostly in Dartmouth and Bedford. So this is definitely a start, but it is not a quick fix. So some of these developments will actually start construction this year as early as 2022, but some of them may be as late as 2024 before they are starting construction. So another thing to consider is that we are already in a massive housing deficit here, and our province continues to grow at an alarming rate. So according to the 2021 consensus, Halifax was actually the fastest growing downtown core over the last 5 years. There is some thought that we might be around 500,000 people in Halifax by 5 years from now, which is approximately 40,000 more people than we have right now. Now, with the Halifax Center Plan, the city has done a lot to accelerate development and to improve public transportation as well, but in general, it really seems like we just are not building fast enough for how fast our population is growing. So in other words, we are simply not keeping up. Right now, there are no indications considering the affordability of these developments, and based on current building costs in Nova Scotia, I would highly doubt that they will actually be considered affordable. And we've already seen the NDP leader Gary and the Ecology Action Centre also echoing their same concerns about this over the media in the last couple days. However, even if these developments are not necessarily affordable, it may open up some resale options as some people who live in currently affordable options that are moving up to these developments in the near future. It might open up an influx of listings for other people to slide into the resale market at a cheaper price than what these current developments are. So even if they're not affordable, it may increase a big influx of listings, but only time will tell. That being said, in Nova Scotia right now, we are unfortunately seeing a lot of our own people here, our own population, we are seeing them being priced out of the market with other buyers coming from Ontario and further west with really deep pockets compared to what we're seeing in Nova Scotia right now, which is really an unfortunate situation in the province. Honestly, in my opinion, it would do a lot of good for the city to look at some of these development areas and look at amending the bylaws or having a variance to increase what could be an affordable housing project for first-time homebuyers. For example, maybe a site like the Mount Hope site that's maybe not as desirable as some of the other areas in Dartmouth could be looked at for some smaller homes on some smaller lots that could be affordable for first-time homebuyers, and even that area would be very desirable for first-time homebuyers if they could afford it. So for example, maybe it's time to build some smaller homes on smaller lots, so maybe a 2-bedroom home on a slab that's about 1,200 square feet or 1,100 square feet, designed for first-time home buyers, and maybe they're built on smaller lots that are maybe 2,500 square feet as maybe even townhouses, so you could squeeze a bunch of them in there all at once. My point is this: if a developer can build a 2,200 square foot home on a 5,000 square foot lot for $600,000, maybe they could do a home that's only 1,200 square feet on a 2,500 square foot lot for $300,000 that would be more designed to go toward first-time home buyers, and maybe the province could do initiatives in that way. Now, I'm sure the bylaws would have to be looked at for this, but what better time to look at the bylaws and look at some variances when we're in the middle of a housing crisis in Halifax? And I'm sorry, but historically one of the hottest markets in all of Halifax is the Halifax Peninsula, and a lot of the lots on the Halifax Peninsula are only 2,500 or 3,000 square feet. So a lot over that size is really just not necessary in terms of value, and I think that we really need to do something to get some first-time home buyers some product that they can afford. The reality of Halifax right now is that I truly question how a young couple is going to get started today based on where the pricing is going. So it would be great to see some affordable options, and I understand this from the developer point as well, that it's not really fair for the city to download their own problems onto private investors with their own private money who are literally in business to make money. And the reality truthfully is that the city and the province have just truly failed at putting an effective affordable housing strategy in place that actually works, and that's a big reason why we're here right now. So all in all, I'm obviously very happy with this announcement, as most people should be. 22,600 units is a lot of units to add to the mix. But the reality is it's going to take years for this to take effect, and in the meantime, the housing situation will likely continue to get worse before it eventually gets better, and it will probably take years for that to happen. If you've made it this far, I would love to hear what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. I really hope this puts some context into this announcement for you, and until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and have a great day.